Welcome to Headphone News, Greater Toronto edition for Thursday, November 21st, 2024.
Armed robbery on Highway 410 in Brampton. An armed robbery took place on Highway 410 in Brampton, Ontario on November 20th, 2024, around 8 p.m. A 20-year-old man was rear-ended by another vehicle. After pulling over to the shoulder, the victim encountered 2 or 3 armed assailants. The robbers took personal items from the victim and then fled the scene. The victim suffered minor injuries during the incident. Police are investigating and urge anyone with information or dashcam footage to come forward. This robbery raises concerns about community safety and emphasizes the need for increased awareness among drivers.
Teenagers charged in violent carjacking incident in Brampton. On November 17, 2024, a violent carjacking occurred in Brampton, Ontario, involving 4 teenagers. Peel Regional Police reported that the victim was lured to a parking lot by one of the suspects. Shortly after arriving, the victim was attacked by 2 other suspects, who choked and punched him until he lost consciousness. When the victim regained awareness, he found that his phone, wallet, and vehicle had been stolen. He received medical treatment for his injuries. The suspects fled in the stolen vehicle and later picked up a 4th suspect. Police located the stolen car near Kennedy Road and Twistleton Street in Caledon, Ontario, and conducted a high-risk vehicle stop, leading to the arrest of all 4 suspects. The police seized the stolen items and recovered the vehicle. A 13-year-old girl from Kitchener was charged with possession of stolen property, while a 14-year-old boy from London faced charges of robbery and possession of stolen property. 2 older suspects, a 16-year-old boy and a 17-year-old boy from Brampton, were charged with robbery, wearing a disguise with intent and possession of stolen property. One of the youths was on judicial release, and another was wanted on an outstanding warrant. The investigation is ongoing, with police suggesting that more charges may follow. This incident raises concerns about youth crime in the community and sparks discussions about safety and prevention.
Maple Leafs face injury challenges. The Toronto Maple Leafs have announced that forward Max Domi is placed on injured reserve due to a lower body injury. This season, Domi has struggled, with 0 goals and 6 assists in 19 games. His last point came on October 21, 2024, in a game against the Tampa Bay Lightning, which the Maple Leafs won 5-2. To fill the gap left by Domi, the team has recalled Nikita Grebenkin from the American Hockey League, where he has scored 4 goals and recorded 10 points in 13 games. The Maple Leafs are also facing injuries to other key players, including captain Austin Matthews, who is currently day-to-day. The team is preparing for upcoming games against the Vegas Golden Knights and other opponents.
Tragic incident. Infant dies after being reported missing in Toronto. On November 20, 2024, an infant was reported missing in the Midtown neighborhood of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The report came in at 11:24 a.m. from the area around Marley and Roselawn Avenues. Police launched an investigation to find the child. Sadly, authorities later confirmed that the infant had died. The investigation is ongoing as police look into the circumstances surrounding this tragic event. Community members and local organizations may offer support to the family affected by this incident. This situation underscores the importance of child safety measures and community vigilance in preventing similar tragedies.
Pedestrian accident in Windsor claims 2 lives. A tragic accident took place on Walker Road in Windsor, Ontario, when an SUV hit 2 pedestrians. The victims were a 68-year-old woman and a 63-year-old man, both of whom lost their lives due to their injuries. The collision occurred shortly after 2 p.m. on November 18, 2024. Emergency services arrived quickly and found the SUV overturned at the intersection of Walker Road and Niagara Street. The driver was rescued and taken to the hospital. The Windsor Police Service is investigating the details of the crash. This incident highlights ongoing concerns about pedestrian safety in urban areas.
Teen charged in Saskatoon fire incident. A 15-year-old girl from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, is facing new charges after allegedly setting a classmate on fire in September 2024. She is now charged with making threats and assaulting an adult while in custody. The victim remains in the hospital due to serious injuries. The girl is scheduled to return to court on December 18, 2024. Under the Youth Criminal Justice Act, her identity cannot be disclosed. If convicted, the Crown may seek an adult sentence. This case raises ongoing concerns about youth violence and mental health in Canada, highlighting the need for better support systems for troubled youth.
Kitchener becomes bird-friendly city. Kitchener, located in Ontario, Canada, has received a bird-friendly designation from Nature Canada, an organization focused on wildlife conservation. This recognition followed a vote by city councillors during a recent meeting. Residents are invited to choose one of 4 bird species to represent the city: killdeer, merlin, dark-eyed junco, or chimney swift. Voting is open until December 21st, with the winning bird to be announced on December 23rd. This initiative aims to promote sustainability and encourage community involvement in protecting local wildlife, enhancing biodiversity, and fostering pride among residents.
Unauthorized Airbnb listing distresses Thornhill homeowners. In Thornhill, Ontario, Canada, homeowners Paul and Christina Rabko faced a troubling situation when unexpected guests began arriving at their home, believing it was an Airbnb rental. The couple discovered that their home had been listed on Airbnb without their consent, complete with fake reviews and misleading photos. After several groups of guests showed up, the Rabkos reached out to Airbnb for help but encountered difficulties in getting the listing removed. Following their contact with a media outlet, the unauthorized listing was taken down within 24 hours. This incident underscores the need for improved verification processes for rental listings to better protect homeowners and raises concerns about safety and the effectiveness of regulations surrounding short-term rentals.
Kitchener's road hockey bylaw update. Kitchener, Ontario, has a bylaw that bans road hockey, but enforcement of this rule is now at the discretion of city officials. This change comes after Mississauga City Council decided to keep its own ban on sports played on city roads. Kitchener officials will respond to complaints and work with residents to ensure safety. To date, no charges have been filed for violations related to street sports. Mayor Verbanovic highlighted the city's commitment to encouraging active lifestyles for youth while ensuring safety on public roads.
Warrant issued for Toronto gold heist suspect. A warrant has been issued for Prasad Paramalingam, a suspect in a gold heist at Pearson Airport in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Paramalingam is charged as an accessory for allegedly helping Durante, the getaway driver, after the theft of over $22.5 million in gold. The heist took place in April 2023. Durante faces serious charges in the United States for firearm smuggling. Authorities are actively investigating to locate Paramalingam and other suspects involved in this major crime.
Toronto invests in truck safety measures. The City of Toronto is set to invest $5.6 million to install side guards on city-owned trucks. This initiative aims to improve safety for pedestrians and cyclists. The call for side guards started after the tragic death of Jenna Morrison in 2011, when a truck struck her while she was cycling. Mayor Chow has been a strong advocate for this safety measure. The city plans to finish the installation by the end of 2026. A lawyer representing cyclists believes this investment could help avoid expensive lawsuits. However, the Ontario Trucking Association claims there is insufficient evidence to support making side guards mandatory for private vehicles.
Toronto plans safety measures for cyclists and pedestrians. Toronto, in Ontario, Canada, is considering a $5.6 million investment to install side guards on city-owned heavy-duty trucks. These side guards are designed to enhance safety for cyclists and pedestrians by preventing accidents with large vehicles. Mayor Chow supports this initiative, highlighting its potential to save lives. The city currently operates 500 heavy-duty trucks, with 30 already equipped with side guards. Research shows that these safety features can reduce cyclist fatalities by 62% and pedestrian fatalities by 20%. The City Council will review this proposal on November 27 and make a decision on December 17.
Ontario principal pleads guilty to child sexual exploitation charges. Philip Salyuski, a principal from Kitchener, Ontario, has pleaded guilty to several charges of child sexual exploitation. The investigation began in February 2023, led by police in London, Toronto, and Waterloo. Salyuski communicated online with undercover officers posing as young girls, sharing explicit messages and images. Initially facing 17 charges, he pleaded guilty to 6, including transmitting sexually explicit material to minors and luring young people. As a consequence, Salyuski has lost his position with the Ontario College of Teachers. A sentencing hearing is set for January 14, 2024. This case raises serious concerns about child safety in schools and emphasizes the duty of educators to protect minors from exploitation.
Calls for school bus safety after tragic death. A tragic event in Toronto, Ontario, has sparked demands for improved school bus safety. Rachel Turner, a 22-year-old woman, was hit by a school bus while crossing the street on October 9th. She passed away 3 days later due to her injuries. Her family is calling on the government to adopt safety measures suggested by a federal task force in 2019 and 2020, which include adding sensors and cameras to school buses. In Rachel's memory, her family established the Rachel Turner Legacy Fund, raising over $153,000 to support young people and provide crisis counseling. This incident underscores the critical need for enhanced safety measures to protect pedestrians.
Trudeau to announce GST break for essential items. On November 21, 2024, Prime Minister Trudeau is set to announce a temporary break on the Goods and Services Tax, GST, for certain essential items in Toronto, Ontario. This move aims to assist Canadians facing rising affordability pressures. NDP leader Jagmeet Singh has called for a permanent removal of the GST on essential goods. While Singh supports this temporary measure, he criticizes it as inadequate. The announcement comes as the government faces growing pressure to tackle affordability issues in Canada. The proposed multi-billion-dollar package seeks to provide immediate relief to those struggling with high living costs.
That is all the news for today. Thank you for listening to today's Headphone News. News summary brought to you by AI.